Hello, twin flames. I hope you guys have been doing well. Hope you're amazing. Hope you had a great time during the lunar eclipse in Pisces, which we just had hours away from this reading. I took a little bit of time for myself too, and actually was busy with recording some amazing episodes of Mindfully Awake that you're gonna see over the next couple of weeks. But I'm back today, so let's do the reading. What I'm also excited about is I've got the Moonology deck. It's not mine, but a good friend of mine gave it to me to use for a while. There's a story behind it, but basically I get a new oracle card now to use with you guys. I'm not gonna take it with me, but I still will be recording a few readings before I leave on my journey, so let's use that opportunity and let's get a message right now, especially since we are talking moon. Lunar eclipse, that's one topic of it. The full moon in Pisces is definitely just as important, you know, the aspect, like if we didn't have the eclipse, it was full moon in Pisces, it has so much potential in that energy, it's crazy. So let's see what we have for Divine Feminine's fortune, first of all. Okay, it's two cards, but we'll take them, why not? You're very close to achieving your goal, the gibbous moon. Wow, that's amazing. And your commitment is being tested. Yeah, so that immediately, actually, when I was reading the first card, it immediately reminded me about the book by Paulo Coelho that's called The Alchemist. I think it's in that book where, Coelho uses that image of a noble warrior that's on the path, doing goodness and getting to know himself and all that stuff, kind of like external and internal discoveries and victories, so to speak. And there is a part there when he says that the warrior could get scared, when they're close to the finish line, when their wish is about to be fulfilled. And that's what I got here, and that definitely resonates with the second message too. So you might either have a feeling that something is not going right, or you might actually, like, the external events may be pushing you towards thinking that you're not getting traction, you're not getting success, or something is not going right. But this is a test to see how determined you are, whether it still means a lot to you, how committed are you to this dream, to this goal, whatever it is that you're manifesting at this time. Let's see what we have for the masculines. A new romantic cycle begins. Look at that. New moon in Libra. Nice. I like it. I almost have a feeling, we'll see what the tarot is going to show us, but I almost felt and heard the message that it's like a self-love romance. There's a new level of self-love that masculines are feeling right now, and it's magical. But it also says romantic cycle, so who knows. Let's see. We'll do the usual spread. This week I will also be posting, I'm not sure whether I'll be posting every day, obviously. I'm gonna be gone in a couple of days, and then it may be it will be in and out, kind of. I'll try to do my best to post every day, but I can almost guarantee that it's not gonna be every single day. I'll try to do at least the card of the day read every day, but we'll see. It also, of course, depends on the internet connection that I have, what's going on with me, all that stuff. Some of my travel is gonna be during the day, so I'm just literally not gonna have time for this. And of course, you want a place that's quiet, where you can speak freely, set up the camera and all that stuff. Okay, let's see what we have. But I will do a reading for the autumn equinox for sure this week, and I'll post it, so watch out for that for sure. Oh, and I have my love oracle cards here, so I will put a message from those today. 7 of Cups, bottom of the deck. So yeah, there is definitely a little bit of a confusion because of a lot of information that has recently been released, and that's part of that full moon energy that we are getting. Like through the full moon, through this illumination, we received a lot of information. And now there's going to be an integration time. And I keep talking about it, that we have this cycle. So when there's a transformation part, and then there is integration. Some of it, Nine of Swords, some of it maybe haven't even come up to your consciousness yet, right? And consciousness is just freaking out because something's changing and our brain doesn't like that. But it's not very clear what, why, and what does it mean for our life. Feminines, your energy. By the way, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so yet. This is where I'm sharing the latest updates and of course all the daily twin flame readings. Also, if you haven't seen the specific guided messages on the lunar eclipse, they're on the Mindful Bamboo channel, so feel free to check that out. It's my other channel. You can see the handle in the description box if you are not subscribed to that one. And of course, if you're subscribed to my newsletter, there's also a link in the description box, you get news about everything. So never to worry, you won't miss a thing. Wow. Whoa. We got two aces right out of the bat, baby. Ace of Wands, Ace of Pentacles, talking about new beginnings, right? And I feel like it's very much connected to that goal achievement, right? So it's almost like there's certain things that need to be seen and done differently, even with your reality now. It's almost that, not almost, stop saying almost. There is that concept of seeing yourself at the space, in the energy, in the surrounding where your dream has already come true, right? And this is what I'm getting with this. That's what that's the exercise you're supposed to do right now, whether it's a relationship, something about your mission and purpose, some kind of new skills you're learning, even maybe a travel that you're going on and you have some expectations there. There's nothing wrong with that, but it's important to get into that vibration right now, right? So that this new beginnings can come in. It's gonna be very inspiring and exciting, and also something solid that's not gonna go away, that's long term, that's gonna set you up for future success as well. Masculines, a little bit different. Five of Pentacles, clarified by King of Cups. Yeah, for masculines, there's a lot of emotional cleansing and certain closures that are needed at this time that masculines are going through, may not be having a super great experience. It's kind of like ego death experience, but with a sense of sometimes when we have cathartic experiences, it may look like a nervous breakdown on the outside, right? Or a person just bursts into tears. It's something like that I'm getting for the masculines, right? It's quite intense emotionally, right? So even if they, on some level, they understand that this is the necessary part, that this is liberating, right? But in the moment, it's scary and it feels lonely, and it's almost like, I don't even know what's going on with me anymore, right? Like, where are we going with this? Like, how do I get out of this? I don't want this anymore. That kind of vibe. Additional question is Three of Pentacles clarified by Page of Swords. So we're seeing the twins want to collaborate through efficient communication. So there's something that we're learning at this point in terms of how to do constructive and collaborative communication, as opposed to just conversing about everything and nothing, or maybe being nice but not talking about the problems, or for some people it's just avoiding deep topics, not necessarily problems, but maybe not wanting to touch upon those, whether it's about intimacy, commitment, I don't know, personal challenges, whatever else it may be. Maybe even belief system, right? So what does the feminine need to know about it? We have the World and Two of Swords. Yeah, so there is some overthinking here, but the old cycle of, if I'm not sure, I'm not going to say it, is being put to bed, right? Now that's being closed out, and the feminine can really feel more free in communicating and behaving in a way that's conducive to them, that feels natural, that shows them up in their true authentic self, without thinking that, oh, I don't know if the masculine is gonna like it, or my soulmate is gonna like it if you're not with your DM. That still works, you know? Like, this is almost like, I actually want to know if they're gonna like it, you know? Like, yeah, this might be contentious, but let's see, because if it is, maybe that's just not gonna work out. And not in a hostile way, but more the scientist / investigator kind of way. You know, like, scientists are very curious people. They love to observe, to learn through actual experimentation and observation. For masculines, we have Ace of Cups clarified by King of Swords. So there's a change up here, right? Where, and this is actually also about communication, but you notice we started with a page. This is a king. So masculines know that if, and they've had their fair of doubts about themselves, about the connection, about the world, right? This is showing them, and they are starting to see that when they apply love to the communication, and love, of course, can look like respect, kindness. It doesn't mean like literally, I don't know, hugging or kissing each other, right? It can be dependent on the level of relationship. It can look a little different. But the point is that the goal is not to have an upper hand or get your way no matter what, but the goal is to maintain this loving connection, right? To see the other person's standpoint, right? To be able to speak bravely about your standpoint, which is still a problem for so many people from what I can see. And then be able to come up with a compromise, right? Or align on what are we doing next, right? Or where we are, who we are, in a loving way. Even if that means some uncomfortable truth, information, whatever else it may be, right? So, messages in love for, whoa, that was so much. That was so much. I'm not sure I want to take all of this. I just lost a bunch of cards. Got them. All right, let's try again. I almost lost my necklace. What are the messages in love for feminines? And remember, this is towards specific person. If you have somebody in mind, whether it's twin flame or not, or if you're single, it's almost like message what you need to keep in mind in order to develop a relationship. The golden mirror. One-sided relationship, love bombing, being self-absorbed. So think about the balance in the relationship. I actually talked about that today. So I think it's a very solid continuation of a story and confirmation that communication right now is important. And if you see any kind of patterns, whether it's on your side or your person's side, can be either around only caring about themselves, right? Yourself maybe, not taking into account the other side, right? And mind that, again, this is not about guilt and shame, right? If you understand that in this current setup, for one or another reason, doesn't matter, you are caring about your interest and you kind of disregard the other person, so maybe they even let you, right? So it's like, well, I mean, they aren't saying anything, so I guess it's fine. But deep down, you know that that person feels different. They just don't want to admit it for some reason, right? It's still a flag for you to raise, because even though on the surface in that example, and somebody needed to hear that example, it seems like, well, everything is working out great, right? I'm getting what I want. Awesome. But if it's not authentic, there's still an energetic disbalance, and at some point it's gonna create an explosion. It's gonna be a tower moment, right? Or you'll continue pretending, but that rift between the energetic self and your 3D self is gonna grow, and you're gonna be unhappy. So, you know, one way or the other, it's not gonna help you create a long-term loving relationship. So my personal view is it's better to know about it sooner than later, to admit it and make a decision about it. How do you want to solve this, right? Instead of wasting your time, your person's time, and, you know, maybe a bunch of nerve cells that you don't want to waste. Masculine's palm tree. Wow. Stability, security, endurance, flexibility, growth, permanence. Wow, this is so cool. So masculines, this is the name of the game right now, to be flexible, to continue growing, and to feel safe and secure in your own self, right? Those are the masculine chakras, the base chakra, the sacral chakra, and the solar plexus as well, actually. So work on balancing and activating those. Whatever else where you feel like you don't feel safe to, there is a disbalance, that's something to look at. And continue growing and keeping an open mind to what is happening and how the love is coming into your life, or what kind of shape is it taken with time. Okay, I hope this was useful to you guys. Thank you so much for joining me today. I love you all, and I'll be back again very, very soon.